the gods, the darts from my generation. I'll take the come on, let's get it on. Forget the loss, the money. We're in this together and through it all. They said that nothing's forever, and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up? The story's just beginning.
It's Real Raymond 2014 in the flesh, you know. I thought this would be a good idea to do for our page, to do a play-by-play for Raw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the opening, the matches and everything like that as we go along. So tonight we get to see a match between Vickie Guerrero and Stephanie McMahon. The way this came about is Vickie Guerrero was about to get fired, and Stephanie gave Vickie a chance to get her job back. If she beats Stephanie McMahon tonight in a one-on-one match, she gets to keep her job. But if she loses, she gets fired on the spot.
You gotta.
Okay, I'm a little worried because I just seen the Wyatt family's new entrance, or just Eric and Luke. But their entrance together is just really creepy. It's like this ominous Phantom of the Opera music. It's very disturbing. But the opening contest tonight is Jey Uso versus Luke Harper in a one-on-one match. That was such a squash match if I've ever seen one in my life. What I mean by squash is like the match was like 2 minutes long, and then there was a finisher hit, and that was the end of it. Basically, Luke Harper threw Jimmy Uso into the ropes a couple times, knocked him down, picked him up, slammed him on his back, ran at him, and hit the big boot on him right in the head. And that was the end of the match. Now the next match on the card is going to be a surprise impromptu match we get to see Jey Uso versus Eric Rowan. Boom! In that impromptu match, we got to see Jey Uso redeem the Usos and win the match. And then after the match, we see the Wyatt family cut a little promo about them becoming the tag team champions this Sunday at Money in the Bank. I honestly think that they can if they actually work as a family. Because I think that'd be awesome. The Wyatt family to have a sweep at Money in the Bank. A sweep means to win in a clean way every pinfall or anything. When we come back from the break, we see Rusev, the Russian revolutionarist, him telling us that he is going to crush every single WWE superstar into the ground. And then we open up with a Divas match between Alicia Fox and Naomi. I wonder how this is gonna play out. Then after the match, we see Paige hold up her championship, proud as she can be, and just stare at Cameron as she's in the ring. And then it cuts to a promo of Sheamus and Roman Reigns for later tonight. Do you believe? Because you better start, because Bo Dallas is now 9-0. And yes, he had a match tonight with Titus O'Neil and just destroyed him. It was like a 3-minute match, and it ended with a running Bo Dog and a 1-2-3. And then after the match, Bo Dallas did his version of Bo leaving to Titus O'Neil, and Titus just didn't have anything about it, didn't like it, didn't anything about it, and just smacked the microphone out of Bo Dallas's hand. So when we come back from the break that we just had, Triple H is in the ring and he announces the remaining participants in the normal Money in the Bank ladder match, which the participants are Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, Rob Van Dam, and Bad News Barrett. And then, after that, we cut to a match. We see Seth Rollins take on Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam, in a very competitive one-on-one match. And then we see Seth Rollins, of course, pull out the victory and beat RVD on Monday Night Raw. You know what I'm really excited about now? Dean Ambrose being at Money in the Bank. He says that regardless if he is in the match or not, he will be there to kick in Seth Rollins' face and take the briefcase. He said he'll screw up the whole pay-per-view. I don't think that WWE is going to let him do that, but you know, never know, it's WWE. So, we come back from break with an Intercontinental Championship match. We see Dolph Ziggler versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. This match was awesome. It was finisher for finisher, winds of change for zigzag, famouser for bull hammer. It was just off the charts. It was incredibly awesome, and I couldn't ask for a better match for the Intercontinental Championship. In the end, Wade Barrett ended up winning because he pushed Ziggler up into the air and just knocked him in the face with the bull hammer. It was just a clean boom, and that's what happened. And then after the match, it was announced that Dean Ambrose will be one of the other participants in the normal Money in the Bank match, along with all the other participants. And up next, we will see Vicky Guerrero versus Stephanie McMahon. The Vicky Guerrero versus Stephanie McMahon match ended up being a first person to be thrown into a pile of mud is the loser, and the person who throwed that person in there is the winner. So at the beginning of this match, we see three random divas that Stephanie decided to sick on Vicky, but eventually Vicky ends up reversing every single one of their attacks and throwing them into the mud. But Vicky has to throw Stephanie into the mud for it to matter. But right before she gets the chance to, Stephanie kicks her in the back and then just pushes her in while Vicky Guerrero is going, yes, yes, yes. And Vicky Guerrero is, yes, fired. She has gotten fired from WWE. But before she left, she ended up throwing Stephanie McMahon into this big, huge pile of mud. Oh, it was awesome to watch. When we see Stardust and Goldust, the Rhodes brothers, backstage cutting a promo about the new gimmick and character that Cody Rhodes has taken apart of himself as Stardust to be the tag team partner for Goldust that Goldust has always wanted. And we got to see Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston. The match was pretty good back and forth. It's a Kofi and Jack Swagger match. It basically ended with Jack Swagger doing a launch finisher where he catches, he threw Kofi up in the air, caught him with the ankle lock, and just slammed him down and just tightened it, wrenched it, until Kofi Kingston just started tapping out like crazy, like it was time, it was over, it was done. Before we head into the main event, I have to tell you what just happened. What just happened was Big E Langston faced Abe Lincoln, or another costume of Damian Sandow's,
for his new, I don't know, jobber career that he's been going on for the last couple of weeks on Raw. But yeah, it honestly was a squash match. I know I said that earlier tonight, but that's just a couple matches have been squash matches tonight. Like, they wrestled for 2-3 minutes, and then Big E hit the Big E on Abe Lincoln, and that was it. It was a 1-2-3, and then Rusev came from behind and hit Big E, put him in the Accolade, and then cut a promo. And then up next is the main event. It is a 3-on-4 handicap match with Alberto Del Rio, Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, and Randy Orton to face John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Sheamus. The main event was awesome. The main event, we got to see Roman Reigns Superman punch 3 different guys in the face: Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, and Randy Orton. You can't ask for a better main event. Like, you just can't. And then after all that happened, Sheamus got tagged in from John Cena. Sheamus bro-kicked Cesaro in the face whenever Cesaro turned around from getting yelled at by Orton for getting punched. And Orton caused the team to lose because he allowed Cesaro to get distracted to get the bro kick to the face. It was great. Oh, it was great. This whole episode of Raw was great. I give this episode of Raw an 8 out of 10. That's what I say about this episode. It was great. And if you want more information about tonight's episode, go to www.facebook.com, log into your Facebook, and then go to the page Hardcore Wrestling Fans. You can get all your information from there. You can get everything you need to know about wrestling. You can ask any question you want to, and you'll get it answered like that. It might take a few days or something, but your answers will get answered. Your questions will get answered, But yeah, everybody on that page is awesome. Everybody's just fun. But yeah. So that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully I'll be back next week with another episode. And as always, have a nice day, and thanks for watching.